චන්ඩි පැන්ඩා සමට සූදු බවට ඇමරිකාවෙන් සහතිකලත් එකම විෂබීජනාශක සබන්.
With the conclusion of a parliamentary session, 12 parliamentary committees which function became defunct. It makes appointing members for the Parliamentary Select Committee in order to establish other relevant committees essential. Accordingly, on Monday, the Deputy Speaker informed all party leaders to hand over their nominations for the Parliamentary Select Committee. The government, however, suggested the majority of the committee should comprise representatives of the government, which led to a heated situation since the opposition believed the allocations should reflect the composition of Parliament. In such a backdrop, the governing party today submitted their nominations to the Parliamentary Select Committee. Accordingly, UPFA members Dinesh Gunawardena, SB Disanayaka, Tilanga Sumatipala, Mahinda Samarsinghe, Nimal Siripal de Silva, Vimal Veerawansa and Uday Gammampila have been nominated. As per norm, the government should have more members in the Select Committee. Accordingly, we request more members to our party, which is the governing party. The power of the Select Committee is vested with the party, which has the majority in Parliament. If the proposed government prove the majority, we will give them the majority, so we challenge them to show it. We have 122 in Parliament, and they don't have a right to ask for the majority in the Select Committee without having it in Parliament. You will know on Friday. The decision of the Speaker is final. No one can question it, be it the President or the Supreme Court.
There is absolutely no dispute about this issue. It is very clear in terms of the law and the conventions of Parliament. It has been the invariable practice and the acknowledged legal position that the government of the day must have a majority in committees of selection. What is the government? Who constitutes the government? That is the sole responsibility of His Excellency the President. This is made abundantly clear by Article 42, Sub-Article 4 of the Constitution, which says that it is the duty of the President to appoint as Prime Minister the person who, in his opinion, commands the confidence of the majority of the members of Parliament. That is a function that can be exercised only by the President, by nobody else, not the Speaker, no one else. Therefore, in this country, there is only one legally constituted government, and that is a government headed by Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. For that government to carry out properly its functions in Parliament, it is absolutely necessary that that government should have a majority in parliamentary select committees. This has been consistently followed. We cannot forget the fact that after the 8th of January 2015, Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe had only 43 seats in Parliament, only 43 seats, when the UPFA had more than 150 seats in Parliament. But because the Honourable Ranil Wickremesinghe had been appointed at that time as Prime Minister by His Excellency President Maithripala Sirisena, therefore it followed that the majority of members in the Select Committee should belong to Ranil Wickremesinghe's party. That position was accepted without any dispute or question. Now, why is there an inconsistency today? Don't forget that the appointment of the Honourable Mahinda Rajapaksa as Prime Minister by the President has not been challenged. It was never challenged before the Supreme Court. What was in issue in the current litigation before the Supreme Court was the legality of the dissolution of Parliament. That's a separate issue.
In the meantime, the Janata Vimukti Peramuna too handed over their nominations for the Parliamentary Select Committee to the Secretary-General of Parliament. On a separate note, estimations were made today on the damage caused to the Parliament chamber and its equipment during recent sessions. Several chairs, tables and microphones in the House were damaged owing to clashes. All the property of the Parliament are insured under normal circumstances. Director of the Department of Finance and Supplies of Parliament, Mervyn Jayashantha, stated that the relevant insurance company conducted necessary estimations today. In the meantime, the media unit of the Speaker announced that the Secretary-General of Parliament today lodged a complaint with the Criminal Investigation Department over a fake letter circulating in social media platforms. The letter in question is purported to be addressed to Chief Justice Nalin Pereira by Speaker Karu Jayasuriya.